Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, is conjoining Neptune, god of the sea, and the north node of destiny, all in Pisces, as well as being joined by the moon, who is waxing in Pisces. February 1st, 2025. This is one of the most beautiful alignments of the year. I am calling it the Great Deluge of faith, inspiration, romance, art, compassion, emotion, and yes, water as well. Hello, my name is Eliane Nicole. I'm your astrologer and tarot reader, and in this short video, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite alignments of all of 2025, Venus, the North Node of Destiny, Neptune, and the Moon all conjoining in the sign of Pisces, and Saturn's in Pisces too, not right next to those four all coming together, but close enough. So if you're watching this on Instagram, I'm just going to post the first 3 minutes. The entire video will be available on my YouTube channel, Eliane Nicole. My YouTube channel is my name, Eliane Nicole. Please find me there. I'll put a link in the profile bio of my Instagram to get there. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Please like, please comment, please share. It helps me in the algorithm and to grow my business and my community, and it puts me in a position to continue to give these free astrological offerings. If you're watching this on Instagram, please make sure that you are following astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. Please like, please comment, please share. It's free for you and very helpful to me. And now, without further ado, I'm going to talk about the translation of Venus, the North Node, Neptune, and the Moon all coming together in Pisces. And Pisces is the yin, watery, mutable temple of Jupiter. So Jupiter is the host of this beautiful quadruple conjunction that's coming together, and Jupiter is starting to slow down, or has slowed down, because he's about to turn direct. So this is a time where we are on the verge of a lot of, it seems like, blessings being bestowed upon us in the Pisces area of our chart. And if you don't know what house Pisces rules in your chart, then contact me for a reading. I would love to read for you. I read on Zoom, so I can read for people anywhere in the country and anywhere in the world, and I can take you through your chart. But in general, for the collective, when, I talk about Pisces, we're talking about water, and even Jupiter, the host, is in an air sign. So I'm not talking about necessarily blessings in terms of like money and stuff, but I'm talking about like faith and gratitude and compassion and generosity, and I'm talking about beautiful contributions in art. I'm talking about divine love and a connection to source and spirituality and, religion for some people. I'm talking about being drawn towards art, beauty, love, attraction, pleasure, romance. The North Node of Fate, in some traditions, it was called Rahu, the hungry dragon. The Vedics, the Indian astrologers refer to the North Node in that way, so it's what we're hungry for. And so next to Venus, it's like we're hungry for love, we're hungry for attraction and pleasure and sweetness and fun, and and next to Neptune, that's being hungry for a connection to source. Neptune is the oneness that connects us all, but Neptune is also like music and dance and, altered states of consciousness. Neptune is psychic ability and channeling. Pisces is the dream. So this whole alignment has a very dreamy energy. If your dreams have been very vivid lately, that's to be expected. In fact, the entire time the North Node of Fate is traveling through Pisces, which began January 11th, 2025, and goes until the summer of 2026, expect your dreams to be very vivid and more pronounced. Some people, this brings a very psychic ability, like connecting to, the other world, hearing messages from spirit guides or ancestors, getting visions of what's going to happen, or very clear messages coming through in your dreams or visions. That's going to be happening for a lot of people. For some people, this is just straight sleepy energy. I mean, no sign needs more sleep than Pisces. So some people will be feeling like they just can't stay awake. Neptune can bring sleepiness and exhaustion too. Others are going to be feeling very inspired, really creative. This is really good for poetry and music composition and painting and filmmaking and photography. Pisces has to do with anything to do with images, and so does Neptune. Neptune is very glamorous, and Venus is style. So this can bring iconic glamour and style to the fore. And then, geologically, this is very much centered around the ocean. It's very much, kind of tidal wave, tsunami, whirlpool kind of energy. It's flood energy, but it could just be a flood of emotions, or a flood of inspiration, a flood of generosity, a flood of compassion. All of these things are also very Piscean energy. What else did I want to say? I mean, on the shadow side, it can be delusion, illusion, fantasy. It can bring addictive tendencies because there could be a seeking for an altered state of consciousness. And for those who don't seek it from the divine, they may be seeking it from substances. So it is very tender, fragile energy in terms of overdoses and intoxication. It's a very intoxicating kind of alignment, but hopefully, you don't even need to get high to access this energy because it's naturally high energy. But some will be drawn to wanting more and more and more because it's the North Node. So, there is that aspect to it. And what else do I want to say about it? I made some notes just in case, because I get on, I don't do any notes. I go off the cuff. So a deluge of beauty and faith and inspiration, dreams, altered states of consciousness, meditation, channeling, music, film, dance, trance states, fantasy, delusion, artistic. Venus will be coming back around. So this alignment will be coming back around at the end of March. So you might want to look at what's going on now and know Venus is going to have to go through some tough days in the coming days. And that's another video for another time. But no, we're going to come back around to this moment of inspiration and love and compassion and beauty that February 1st is bringing and this weekend is bringing. Neptune is source power. It's the oneness of everything. And Venus is art. So this is like art that brings together humanity. Creative contributions that bring together humanity are going to be brought forth at this time and or being created at this time. I think that history is going to look back at this period as a time where some of the most important and moving and kind of epic expressions of art were being brought forth, particularly in film and photography and painting and music. There's an otherworldly energy. I talked about that, people being very psychic. There's no boundary between this world and the other world. So the communication, the messages, the transmissions are all very loud and clear. Very sleepy for some people, dreamy. And I talked about the shadow, delusion, fantasy, addiction, drugs, looking at things through rose-colored glasses. I mean, the Neptunian wave could come and wash away any fantasies or delusions that people have been having around love or romance or anything that they're idealizing. But I think that, a lot of people are going to be seeking a higher love at this time, a connection to the divine. And some people will be searching for that through religion, and other people will be searching for it through various different forms of spirituality. It doesn't matter how we get there. There's more than one road to the top of the mountain. But I do think that this is a particularly emphasized point in many of the themes that we will still be dealing with until the summer of 2026 as the North Node moves through Pisces. But this North Node is like, the North Node amplifies whatever it's around. And with Venus, it's amplifying love and beauty and art and romance and pleasure. And with Neptune, it's amplifying the desire to connect to the divine and the oneness. And a lot of times we do that through art, and we do that through love, and we do that through spiritual practice and devotion. And so all of those things are being really magnified this weekend through this alignment. And I think I touched on everything. I inevitably forget something because I just, I don't use a script. I go off the cuff and I study the astrology, and inevitably, I look at the video and I'm like, oh, why didn't I mention that? Why didn't I mention that? But, it's better to just show up and do it than to have to be perfect about it. And I'm going to leave you with a card. The Ten of Cups. Love, happiness, fulfillment, abundance. The full picture. Yes, indeed. Love it. So thank you for joining me. Please contact me for a reading. I will put a link in the description notes of the YouTube to go to my website, elianenicole.com, to book a reading, or you can email me at empresseliane@gmail.com to book a reading. And if you would like to thank me for this offering by buying me a coffee or a tea, I will also put a link to my Venmo in the description. And thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful, ethereal, mystical, gorgeous Venus, Neptune, North Node, Moon conjunction.